Hey everyone, and welcome to the last leg of our semester in SOC 213. We are going to embark at this point on a book study, and we are going to read and study the book entitled The Other Westmore, One Name, Two Fates. This book is written by a man named Westmore, and you see his face here in the book study session that leads sessions 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I want to give you a quick synopsis. Essentially, this is a man named Westmore who comes across the story of another man with the same name, Westmore. And one Westmore is incarcerated during the time that the book is written. And the author, the man that you see in the suit and tie, is a Rhodes Scholar, a business and military man that has come across this other person and become very intrigued in the similarities of the two men and how one wound up incarcerated and how one wound up successful. And so this story goes through these two Westmore's lives and tells the stories of how they wound up where they are. And their impacts have been massive based upon their family unit and the decisions of the family members inside their family units. And so I think that this is a great book to read. It's easy to read. I have found a free audiobook if you would rather someone read to you. But it is an intriguing aspect of looking at how parents and family members also impact children within the family unit. And this is going to show you how family decisions as well as individual decisions impact the outcome of family members. All right, so let me tell you your options for reading the book. Both of them are free. You do not have to go out and purchase this book. The first option for reading the book is the audiobook site. That's the first link that you see under the photos. The audiobook site is a free audiobook. It is broken up into 7 different sections, and you will have to follow my guide in order to kind of see how to maneuver to particular chapters and sections of the book. That guide is here on the Moodle page. I'll talk about that in just another moment, but if you would prefer a PDF version, so something that you could print out and read yourself on paper, or something that is just on the screen for you to follow along as you're listening to the author's reading of the book, that would be fine as well. So that is a 209-page PDF of the book. Those are the 2 free options that I am able to provide you for reading this book. If you specifically want to seek out purchasing the book, that is on you. It is not required. I also know that the library at Nash Community College has at least 1 copy if you would prefer to read it that way. However, those are the 2 free options that I am able to provide you. This third link here is the book study guide, and I've just pulled both of these images out for you just to be able to explain to you in the video. So you'll see here the table of contents in the middle of this book study guide that I have given you. And the table of contents also goes along with the audiobook that I have displayed for you here on the right, that audiobook site that I showed you first. So if you are looking at the audiobook site, you're going to see it's divided up into 7 sections. And so what I have done here is essentially label them for you. So if you are going to read the introduction of the book, you would need to go to the audiobook portion number 1, which is right here. And you would need to start that and listen to the 10-minute mark. Same thing if you are going to, let's see, you're going to read chapter 4. You're going to go to the 3rd audiobook section, 1, 2, 3, on the audiobook site, and you are going to go to the 22-minute, 22-second marker and start. So I've done this for you so you can kind of start and stop and not have to kind of keep track of where you specifically are. If you need additional help figuring out how to read that schedule guide, I can certainly help you. But hopefully, once you get started, if you are using the audiobook, it will make more sense to you. And just remember, these 2 items here are photos, they're images. The audiobook site is actually linked here in that first link under those photos, and that is the live site, okay? The book study guide is here for you in the link, in an image, and then in each session, it is also screenshotted for you. So what I'm going to do for this book study session is just record this one directions video, because I think that once you get the directions underway, you can complete each section as you go without needing my additional directions. So this one link here at the top that I am opening and closing for you now is just all the information together for the book study. The other sessions are going to be where the work is done involving the book study. So you will have session 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That's 5 sessions of work. And in each of those sessions, there will be 2 journal assignments, and that is going to accompany the reading of the piece of the book that is assigned for that session. So for example, in session 11, you see you are assigned the introduction, part 1, and chapter 1. This is going to show you what needs to be read, and so you will need to read that or listen to that via the audiobook, and then complete the 2 journal assignments that correspond to that. Now, I've even gone further to break down the journal assignments so you can focus on small portions or just one chapter at the time and complete a journal assignment instead of having to do all the reading at once. So, for example, you would read or listen to the introduction and the part 1, and then you would complete this journal assignment. Remember, when you are completing journal assignments, we are following formatting procedures. So we have done that all semester long. I am not going to waste any more of your time in explaining that to you. Also, please remember that you need to make sure that you are writing college level paragraphs. Make sure that you are using this book study schedule and you are using these assignments to truly show me what you have learned about as you are reading this book. One thing that I would suggest in your journal entries is when you are using the name Wes, you use the name Wes and in parentheses put author if you're talking about the Wes Moore that is writing the book. And you use the name Wes and in parentheses you can put incarcerated or jailed if you are talking about the Wes Moore that is currently incarcerated. That would be my suggestion for you so you can kind of keep those characters straight. Same thing with the second journal for session 1. You will read chapter 1, Is Daddy Coming With Us? That is in the audiobook portion 1 and 2. So it starts in the audiobook portion 1 at 13:25. It goes through the end, and then audiobook portion 2 from start to minute marker 126. That is chapter 1. So you will listen to that chapter and then you will complete the Is Daddy Coming With Us journal assignment. Again, You know how to do this. You are going to answer in a college level paragraph and format correctly. So each of the guiding questions in the journal will correspond to the portion that you've been assigned to read. This is going to ask you some specifics about the textbook, as well as ask you for your thoughts and ideas and reflections as you are reading the book. Session 11, again, is 2 journals. Session 12 is the same thing. Every single session for this book study is 2 journals. So I want to draw your attention to that because journal assignments are not part of the late work policy. If you miss submitting a journal assignment, you are not allowed to make it up. And I want to draw your attention to that because this book study is an entire portion of your final grade. And so if you miss a week of this book study, that is going to impact your final grade greatly, and there is no way to make up that assignment. So make sure that you are working ahead of schedule and you get these journal assignments done at high quality prior to their deadline. If you have any questions or concerns once you start the book study and finish up session 11, just shoot me an email and let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have or clear up any confusion that you might have. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this book study. This is an eye-opening, intriguing thought process when students interact with this particular book. And I hope that me being able to provide for you a free audiobook where you can listen to the book will be helpful to you as well if you're not into sitting down and reading. I know college students are tired of reading at this point in time, so the audiobook was important for me as well. All right, I'm going to leave you be, and I'm going to let you get started on reading The Other Westmore and exploring that book through this book study. Once you are done reading this book and answering all of those journal prompts that go along with each portion of the text, you will have completed the SOC 213 course for the semester. So congratulations, buckle up, hang on. It's only a few more weeks and you will be finished. As always, shoot me an email if you have any questions or concerns. I'll be happy to help.